What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. There in an appearance by Roman Reigns and the rest of the Bloodline, and you've got a potentially big night in store. Join us now as we look at the 16th December edition of the Blue Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a funny botch on Smackdown, is Mandy Rose headed at Impact Wrestling, WWE's plans for Cody Rhodes revealed, New Japan Pro Wrestling star at the Rumble, a new match type, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our new wrestling channel Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as LA Knight, no longer lost in the shuffle. LA Knight has gone from mid-card maximum male model to a superstar in a top-tier program with arguably the WWE's top star. It's so easy for wrestlers to get lost in the shuffle, regardless of their talent, and Knight seemed to be on his way to obscurity as Max Dupree. While his switch to LA Knight encouraged fans, the idea of a LA Knight vs Bray Wyatt program on paper seemed dangerous in light of how poorly Wyatt's previous opponents have fared after programs with him. So far, however, the WWE has kept Knight looking good as an arrogant heel who doesn't believe in Wyatt's mumbo-jumbo and go toe-to-toe with him on the stick. Don't believe us? Just listen to Knight calling out Wyatt and doing a spot-on imitation of Wyatt's voice. Number 2, Uncle Howdy is here. Uncle Howdy made his first live appearance, scaring the hell out of LA Knight and likely more than a few fans watching his devilish debut. Fans have seen Howdy on the Titantron, but last night's appearance was unsettling as LA Knight stomped away at Wyatt until it was very clear that discretion was the better part of valor. What made this segment work so well was that LA Knight had Bray Wyatt at his mercy, but Howdy's unknown quality forced him to flee. While Howdy may look like a cross between a Muppet and Mr. Hyde, he has the creep-tastic aura that can make him work as long as the WWE takes a less is more approach and keeps him in the shadows. Number 3, a good women's tag match. Last night's opening women's tag match defense by Damage Control versus the odd pairing of Liv Morgan and Tegan Nox was surprisingly good. While Damage Control gave the challengers a bit too much offense, it was hard to believe two wrestlers with little experience teaming up could prove to be that much of a challenge. The booking for the match was solid as it sold two storylines. The first storyline was Liv Morgan's continued savagery as she grabbed a kendo stick mid-match, nearly costing her team a DQ loss. While we aren't a fan of Daredevil Liv, the idea of a lunatic Liv has promise, although this may be redundant since Nikki Cross does it much better. The second storyline was the Mystery Menace who attacked Tegan Nox later during the match. WWE later revealed the intruder's identity as Xia Li, a superstar has been lost in the shuffle on Smackdown. Last night's tag match was a classic example of giving the tag team champions competition, giving the fans a good match, and forwarding storylines with that match. Number 4, a solid triple threat. The Viking Raiders vs Legado del Fantasma vs Hit Row was a rare case of a triple threat not becoming a dumpster fire. All three teams had plenty of reasons to participate besides determining the next contenders for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. All three teams hate each other's guts. Other than a near disastrous blunder by Top Dollar, more on that in the bad, this match made all three teams look as good as it protected the Viking Raiders as Fantasma did the job for Hit Row. Even the three teams' female wrestlers got in the action. Number 5, Ronda and Shayna stomp Raquel's bad arm. Raquel Rodriguez has a target on her back, well, more like her arm, as Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are determined to take her out of the title picture and possibly all of wrestling. Kyla Braxton's backstage interview segment with Raquel was a perfect setup for the heels to target Rodriguez's bad arm in an effort to keep her out of next week's gauntlet match to determine Ronda's next opponent. Number 6, building up future Smackdowns. Last night's Smackdown gave some fans exciting matches and angles, which are always good ways to bring them back the following week. However, the WWE didn't rest on its laurels, and it also promoted big matches for the next 2 weeks, including an Undisputed Tag Team Championship match next week, and John Cena is back. And the WWE Universe got quite the surprise when John Cena showed up. While they announced Cena's presence for the Blue Brand's 30th December episode, no one expected Cena last night, and they certainly didn't expect him to see him be teaming up with Kevin Owens on the 30th December to battle Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. This was a fantastic surprise, and the WWE even mentioned how Cena Wrestling would keep his streak of wrestling at least 1 year every since his 2002 debut. But that was good. What about the bad? As number 1, Ricochet plays human pinball. Poor Ricochet, he spent weeks competing in and eventually winning the SmackDown World Cup, only to spend 20 minutes bouncing around the ring like a pinball at the hand of the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Sure, it was a good match, but it was a 20-minute exercise in futility, as few fans expected Ricochet to win, nor did he, and the entire purpose of this match seems to be setting up Braun Strowman versus Gunther. And number 2, Big Dollar's disastrous dive. A Big Dollar's decision to perform a plancha nearly ended in disaster on Smackdown. The big man dove, well, at least he tried to dive over the top rope, but got caught up on the top rope and landed nowhere near his opponents. Naturally, the audience chanted, "You effed up." Thankfully, Top Dollar updated fans afterwards that he was okay, but it should serve as a reminder for superstars to stop taking high-risk maneuvers on regular TV. They already have enough injuries and they don't need any wrestlers from operating outside their wheelhouse. Now, there was nothing downright ugly, as last night's segment teasing Sami Zayn being made an official Uso was anticlimactic as Roman danced around the question, and his appearance was all about setting up the big tag match for 30th December. The rest of the show was good, and like Monday's Raw, another instance of WWE keeping storylines moving despite the Royal Rumble just being weeks away. What do you guys think of the blue brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now, top story today looks at a Mandy Rose update. There was plenty of news concerning recently released WWE superstar Mandy Rose, as there's already talk of one or more promotions showing interest in signing her. The first, Impact Wrestling. It looks as if Impact Wrestling might sign Rose. Tommy Dreamer appeared on the Busted Open Radio and said if she doesn't go to AEW, 1000% Impact would love to have her, because she's a star and she's great in the ring, and if AEW doesn't jump on that, Impact will. Mandy Rose, call me, text me, DM me. What about AEW, however? Could she sign there and keep a fan account? And while some fans are doubtful as long as Rose maintains a subscription service that provides not safe for work content, Dave Meltzer believes Paige Van Zant's example shows Rose could appear in AEW, commenting in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter that it was noted by many that Paige Van Zant has a similar site. Van Zant is still listed on the AEW roster but has not been used in months. Her OnlyFans account, which is believed to have been very lucrative, was around during a run with the company. A Rose signing would likely depend on AEW President Tony Khan checking with Warner Bros. Discovery executives first, then making sure Rose's content did not exceed an agreed upon limit. Next up, WWE's plans for Cody Rhodes revealed. Cody Rhodes is expected back soon, and the WWE Universe wants to know what's next for the popular star. When seen last, the American Nightmare took a hella ass whooping at the hands of arch-rival Seth Rollins, and according to Meltzer, Cody and Seth have unfinished business. There will be more talk about Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes soon. The visionary name-dropped Rhodes a few weeks back when he told Austin Theory to ask Cody Rhodes what happens when he crossed paths with him. It'll be interesting to see whether Rhodes and Rollins engage in an extended feud or one more match to settle the score. Next up, what's up with Naomi? As fans speculate on Sasha Banks' future in wrestling, other fans are asking what happened to Banks' former Women's Tag Team Championship partner Naomi. Meltzer commented on Naomi's status in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter. Regarding Trinity Fatu, Naomi, who left with Banks and nothing has been said about her, we were told that she has to make a decision. Originally, she wanted to come back with Banks as a tag team and was told the decision would be to sit at home. To go elsewhere, her contract was about to expire when she left, although they could freeze it and force her back for a very short period of time, but that really wouldn't make sense, or to return without Banks. Ask any Naomi fan and they'll remind you that she's far more than a tag team competitor. Her past 2 reigns as SmackDown Women's Champion showed promise, but a knee injury cut her first reign short, leaving fans to wonder how long she would have held the belt. Naomi is popular with the universe, but she may want to look elsewhere as the promotion is packed with talent and she may have trouble breaking back into another championship. Next up, a New Japan Pro Wrestling star at the Royal Rumble. There's interesting news concerning the 2023 Royal Rumble, as Give Me Sports' Louis Dango is reporting that the former WWE superstar Kairi Sane, who currently works in New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom, could be another of WWE's Forbidden Door entrants in the Women's Royal Rumble match next year. The news is significant for a few reasons, mainly because of the fact Kairi works for New Japan and Stardom as IWGP Women's Champion right now. This is also interesting because New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom show will feature an appearance by WWE superstar Carl Anderson and AEW stars FTR and Kenny Omega. And finally, a rumoured Royal Rumble gimmick match. Last but not least, rumours continue that the WWE is planning a gimmick match for the upcoming Royal Rumble. Wrestling News is reporting, last week we were told about a pitch that was made for a pitch black match and it was being seriously considered for the show. The source did not have any more details on the structure/rules of the match, but one source in the company believes that the match is for Bray Wyatt. Let's hope this isn't a new name for the blindfold match, the infamous match between Jake Roberts and Rick Martel at WrestleMania 7 that is still regarded as one of the worst matches in WrestleMania history. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.